Hello students, welcome back. Nice to meet you through this online class. Hope you all staying safe and healthy. Today we are going to learn a new chapter, chapter 3 poem from your book page number 50 to 53. In this video we are going to learn from your book page number 50 to 52. All of you get ready with your English book. Along with it, all of you take your English note. I hope you all have done your homeworks. Much wasting time, let's move into our lesson. The topic of our poem is The Flower School. The Flower School, read with me. The Flower School, it is written by Rabindranath Tagore. About the poet, all of you turn your book to page number 51, and this is Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, 1861 to 1941, was a prolific author, poet and composer of music. Tagore is best known for his collection of poems, Geetanjali. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913, becoming the first Indian to receive this honor. Okay, so Rabindranath Tagore is a creative author, okay, a prolific author, and he has many faces. He is a poet and he is a composer of music, and he is best known for his collection of poems named Geetanjali. He has written many poems and the collection of poems named Geetanjali, and he has won Nobel Prize, and he is the first Indian man who received this world greatest prize, Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913. Okay. Tagore founded Shanti Niketan, that means abode of peace, to build a culture of education that was unlike his own experience in formal schooling, a culture that encouraged free thought and built well-rounded individuals. Okay, so he has founded Shanti Niketan. Okay, Niketan means abode and Shanti means peace. So the meaning is abode of peace, a very peaceful and ideal space for meditation. Okay, actually it was started as a spiritual center, and later on it changed into a education place, and there they will conduct an open air education. Okay, not like formal schooling. In formal school we will have schooling, classroom setups and teachers inside the classroom, on all the things, but there they have the open air education, and it is very peaceful and ideal space for meditation. Okay, so there they will teach about a culture and that encourage free thought and build well-rounded individuals. So this poem named The Flower School is written by Rabindranath Tagore. Let's enjoy reading the poem. Let's move on. The poem at a glance. Let's have a quick look about the poem. This is a poem about the joys of monsoons after a harsh summer. Okay, after the summer we will have a rainy season, right? So this poem tells about the joy of the monsoon, the rainy season after the harsh summer. Rabindranath Tagore speaks through the voice of a child who tells his mother about the flowers rejoicing like school children with the advent of rains. Okay, so this poem is the poet Rabindranath Tagore, he speaks through the voice of a child. Okay, this poem is written in the sense of a child speaking to his mother, and about the flowers rejoicing. Flowers are rejoicing like a school children. The child compares flowers with the school going children. with the advent of rains. The poem evokes a sense of great joy and happiness. So when we read this poem, we will get a joy, okay, a great joy and happiness. Let's read this poem. All of you turn your book to page number 50. Page number 50. The Flowers Cool. So read the introduction part. When the rains arrive at the end of the harsh summer, vibrant flowers burst out of the ground and reach up to the sky. This poem compares these blooming flowers to school-going children and the freedom they experience when the monsoon break begins. Okay, so after the end of the harsh summer, okay, summer we know கோடை காலம் ரொம்ப வெக்கையான ஒரு காலம் அந்த காலம் முடிந்து next we will get rain. When the rain arrives, what we will see around us, we can see there were so many plants burst out of the ground, right? There were so many plants coming out from the ground, we can see during the rainy season. And here it says burst out of the ground and reach up to the sky, and it was growing, looking forward through the sky. This poem compares these underlined blooming flowers to school going children. In this poem, the poet compares that new flowers to school going children. Let's see how the poet connects these two and the freedom they experience when the monsoon break begins. First, I'll read out the poem in page number 50. When storm clouds rumble in the sky and June shower come down, the moist east wind comes marching over the heath to blow its bagpipes among the bamboos. Then crowds of flowers come out of a sudden from nobody knows where and dance upon the grass in wild glee. Mother, I really think the flowers go to school underground. They do their lessons with the doors shut, and if they want to come out to play before it's time, their master makes them stand in a corner. When the rains come, they have their holidays. Branches clash together in the forest, and the leaves rustle in the wild wind. The thunder clouds clap their giant hands, and the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and yellow and white. In next page number 51, there are 3 more lines. Do you know, mother, their home is in the sky where the stars are. Haven't you seen how eager they are to get there? Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? Of course, I can guess to whom they raise their arms. They have their mother as I have my own. Okay, so now we will see the summary of the poem. First line, when storm clouds rumble in the sky and June shower come down. Okay, so as we have seen, the poet wants us to know where these flowers come from after the heavy rains. So the first line, the poet starts the poem by portraying the rainy day scene, how the rainy days will be. So he says, from the cloudy sky of June, shower, that means rains, water drops coming down, and it is in the month of June. The moist east wind comes marching over the heath to blow its bagpipes among the bamboos. Okay, and then he says, so all the in rainy season we could feel the wind, right? Always it will be windy. So the wind passing through the bamboo, it produces a melodious sound. What is meant by heath? Page number 51, you can see in the word bank. A large area of open land that is not used for farming and is covered with rough grass and other small wild plants. Okay, it is an open land. So while the wind passing through this area, through the bamboo, it produces a melodious sound. Next line. Then crowds of flowers come out of a sudden from nobody knows where and dance upon the grass in the wild glee. Okay, now the author says, just after the heavy rains, we can see plants sprouting out just after the rains. Now we don't know where they are coming from. Okay, and when we look, it is like dancing joyously. Okay, what is meant by glee here? In page 51, in the word bank, glee means a feeling of happiness, usually because something good has happened to you. So just after the rain, there will be the flowers sprouting out from the ground, and nobody knows where it is coming from, and it was very happy and it was just dancing joyously. Next, Mother, I really think the flowers go to school underground. Okay, now this child compares himself with the school, with the flowers. Okay, and he is saying that, Mother, I really think the flowers go to school. They do their lessons with the doors shut, and if they want to come out to play before it is time, their master makes them stand in a corner. Okay, so now the child says with his mother that he feels that flowers go to school underground, and where they learn their lessons behind the shut doors. And here the master means teacher. Okay, the teacher does not let them to come out to play. Okay, so the child, it was just comparing the flowers to the school going children, and says that while they were underground, the doors were shut, and if they want to come out to play before it is time, like if our masters or if our teachers and makes us to stand in a corner, that means if we are disobedient, we cannot come out of the class before the bell rings, right? The same way, the child compares the flowers also under the ground. Their masters make them to stand in the corner. Next line. When the rains come, they have their holiday. Okay, so when the rain comes and when the water drops touch the ground and they have their holiday, they can just come out, as we have the holidays, right? When the rainy season, we used to get our holidays. The same way, however the rain falls, they have their holidays. Next line. Branches clash together in the forest and the leaves rustle in the wild wind. The thunder clouds clap their giant hands and the flower children rush out in dresses of pink and yellow and white. So what is meant by rustle here? In page number 51, word bank, make a soft crackling sound like paper or moving or rubbing together. Okay, so in the rains, the branches of trees in the forest just clash, they make noise. The loud clouds make noise by clapping their big hands. At this time, the flower children come out dressed in the vibrant colors. What are the colors mentioned here? The flower children, okay, all the flowers, they dressed of pink and yellow and white color. Okay, they look so pretty. They just come out of the ground and they were very happy. So let's move on to next page, page number 51. Page number 51. Do you know, Mother, their home is in the sky where the stars are. Haven't you seen how eager they are to get there? Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? Of course, I can guess to whom they raise their arms. They have their mother as I have my own. Okay, so here the first line, do you know mother? The poet is asking a question. Their home is in the sky. Their home means the flowers home. Okay, the new flowers, the new plants which comes from the land, and the poet says that their home is in the sky and where the stars are. Okay, the home is in the sky means it refers to the heaven and the things in the sky where the stars are. Haven't you seen how eager they are to get there? Okay, so when the flowers burst out of the ground and it reach up to the sky. Okay, always when the plant comes out from the ground and it grows straight up to the sky. Okay, so here the poet says that how eager they are to get there, how eager they want to reach the heaven, they want to see the sky. Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? Okay, during the rainy season you can see the plants, it will look very fresh and it will look upwards and it will grow very fast. So he is comparing he compares that, don't you know why they are in such a hurry, why they are growing very fast looking upwards. Okay, so here the poet asks his mother if she knows where the flowers home, and it says that it is in the sky among the stars. And also he noticed how eager the flowers are, very eager to get back to their home. The last line, of course I can guess to whom they raise their arms. They have their mother as I have my own. Okay, and here the poet is giving the answer. He says that I can guess to whom they raise their arms. Okay, so when the plants grow, it looks like it raise their arms and growing, like, or when the leaves it will come out, it's like it is raising their arms. And in this last line, in this last stanza, we can see some expression, the poet's longing for his mother. Okay, actually the poet's mother was passed away and he was longing for her. He says his mother is in heaven, and also he knows why the flowers raise the arms to the sky. They do so because their mother is in the heaven, exactly like the poet's mother, who also became a star in the sky after she passed away. Okay, students, so that's all. Now let's do our book exercise. Let's do the book exercise, page number 51. Tick the sentences that show that the flowers attend a very strict school. So there are 4 sentences you have to read and you have to tick which sentences shows that the flowers attend a very strict school. Okay, and tick the options, option B and D. They do their lessons with door shut. Their master makes them stand in a corner. And these 2 lines shows that the flowers attend a very strict school. The next one, as we read the poem, we can hear the sounds of the monsoon, that means rainy season. Fill the chat with example for the poem that do this. Okay, so when we read the poem, in many lines we can sense the monsoon season, okay, the rainy season. So you have to write down the lines, and the answers are: branches clash together in the forest, and next, the leaves rustle in the wind, the clouds clap their giant hands. So copy the answers. After writing this, let's move on to write our classwork. Let's write the classwork. Write today's date, take new page and write the classwork. Chapter 3, poem, The Flower School. Write the heading, The Flower School. Synonyms. First one, heath, a large area of open uncultivated land. Second one, glee, a feeling of happiness. The last one, rustle, make a soft crackling sound. Okay students, heath means a large area of open uncultivated land. Glee, a feeling of happiness. Rustle, make a soft crackling sound. So write neatly and write fast. So once again read with me. Synonyms. Heath, a large area of open uncultivated land. Glee, a feeling of happiness. Rustle, make a soft crackling sound. After writing this, let's move on to the reference to context. Page number 52, you can see the question there. Reference to context. There is a line from the poem. Haven't you seen how eager they are to get there? Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? And the questions. Who is the speaker and who is the listener in this poem? Where are the flowers eager to go? Why? And the last question, whom do the flowers represent here? These questions are in your book, page number 52. Okay students, and the answers are, who is the speaker and who is the listener in this poem? Yes, the speaker is the poet and the listener is his mother. The speaker is the poet and the listener his mother. Where are the flowers eager to go? Why? The answer is, the flowers are eager to go to the heavens because that is where their mother is. And next, whom do the flowers represent here? The flowers represent school-going children. Very, very important question. Whom do the flowers represent here? The flowers represent school-going children. Write it down, write fast and neatly. Okay students, read with me once again the question and the answers. Who is the speaker and who is the listener in this poem? The answer, read. The speaker is the poet and the listener his mother. Where are the flowers eager to go? Why? The flowers are eager to go to heavens because that is where their mother is. Whom do the flowers represent here? The flowers represent school-going children. Okay, you have to write one more question. Let's answer the following. Why do you think the poet chose this title? What image did he want to create in his reader's mind? The answer is the poet chose this title to compare the joy of school children when monsoon break begins to the vibrant colors of flowers in the rain. The poet chose this title that to compare the joy of school children when monsoon break begins to the vibrant colors of flowers in the rain. Okay, that's all for your classwork. After writing this, let's move on in writing the homework, today's homework. Today's homework, study the classworks. Okay, what are the classworks you have written today? Study it and complete the following. Write the questions in your homework note. Synonyms: Heath, Glee and Russell. Okay, then answer the following. Where are the flowers eager to go? Why? Whom do the flowers represent? Why do you think the poet chose this title? What image did he want to create in the reader's mind? Okay, write these things in your homework note and complete the following. So before completing this, you have to study the classworks. After that, you have to complete this, and after that you have to click a photo and you have to send it through WhatsApp. And today onwards we are fixing a time to send your homework, that is 8 o'clock. Okay, up to 8 to 8:15 only you can send the homeworks. Before that or after that you cannot send. So there is a fixed time. So all of you must send your homework at 8 o'clock today. Before that the group will be blocked, and at 8 o'clock it will be open, so that everyone should send on that same time. Okay students. So if you have not sent on that time and if you are delaying it, and it will be calculated as not submitting the homework. Got it? So everyone must stick to the time. So that's all for today, and we will wind up here. We will meet with the new lesson in next video. Until then, take care and thank you.